Hi, bookish friends. It's me, Michelle, here, and I just finished a book that I had to make a video about. This book had me wondering, am I liking this? Am I hating this? I think I love this. I'm not sure. The strangest book I've read in a very long time, and the most compelling. I read it in one sitting, and the book I'm talking about is Brat by Gabriel Smith. Now in this book, it's autofiction, so the author Gabriel Smith is also our main protagonist in this, named Gabriel Smith. Not a particularly likable guy, in fact, a really distasteful kind of a character. And the book starts off with him, as well as his brother and sister-in-law, all mourning the loss of their dad. Now, this takes place in England, and Gabriel is tasked with going to the family home and cleaning it out and clearing out everything so that they can have a real estate estimator, like an estate guy, come in and give them a valuation of the home so that they can sell it. Gabriel's just been dumped by his girlfriend, so he doesn't want to stay in his apartment. So he's like, okay, fine, I'll go stay in our family home and, I'll take care of things. When he arrives, everything in the house is not as it seems. He sees that there are roof tile shingles falling off the roof. The wooden floors are softening. Everything's kind of rotting and mildewy on the inside of the house. And he also notices, while he's staying in this house, that his skin is peeling off. He starts peeling off his own skin in big strips, only to reveal brand new skin underneath. So that's weird. Meantime, he's taking a ton of Xanax, he's drinking a lot of alcohol, he's smoking weed. So this is really surreal. This whole vibe of this book has kind of a fever dreamish quality because we're not sure if he's hallucinating. He's a very unreliable narrator in the beginning anyway. And, he's grieving and he goes to the doctor to see about his skin. The doctor prescribes some cream to take care of it, and he doesn't use it. He doesn't listen to the doctor. Doesn't want to hear it from anybody. He's a real jerk, this guy. In fact, at the memorial, there was an elderly lady there who was giving her condolences to him, and he was so rude to her. He called her a really nasty name, so she wound up and popped him one right in the face, and which was actually quite funny. But anyhow, so there was that. So we're following Gabriel as he's just kind of moving through the house and, not really doing much of anything except sleeping, getting high, drinking, and starting to go through the paperwork and the books and the odds and ends in the house. He happens upon a manuscript that his mother was working on. His mother is in a memory care facility as she has dementia. So he finds this manuscript that she had been working on before she lost her memory and her cognition went downhill. So he starts reading this manuscript, and it's actually a very interesting novel. It was a book she was writing, and it's really an interesting read in and of itself. So we've got all the weirdness with Gabriel. Then we've got this story within a story. This book kind of reminds me of a Russian nesting doll in a way, like you keep unscrewing and there's another one inside and another one inside that and another one inside that. That's what this book does as well. So he also discovers, along with his mother's manuscript, he finds a videotape. On this videotape, he sees that his mother, like old footage of his mom and dad and his brother, as well as this other guy that his mother is with in the video, and these two other children. So he's like, well, what's up with that? Do I have other siblings that I don't know about? So we have this mystery. We have an unreliable narrator in Gabriel, and we have the drama surrounding the grief and trying to deal with getting this house sorted out so that they can sell it. His ex-girlfriend is still kind of in and out, but she wants really nothing to do with him. So he's depressed, and a lot of the scenes, we don't know if they're real or if he's imagining things or what. As the book goes on, though, you get more and more of the relationship between Gabriel and his brother and their grandmother. The grandmother in here is a great character. I really enjoyed the scenes with the grandmother because she kind of grounds the whole family and kind of brings them together. She's very wise, and all of them are writers in the family. The grandmother, the mother, the dad who passed away, as well as Gabriel. So, yeah. So he goes to visit his grandma, Gabriel does, and she offers him some really sage advice as far as our memories and Our memories and what we remember about our families, especially when somebody passes away. There's a passage in here that I really enjoyed that I'll just read. It's just a little blurb of one of the parts of the grandmother. Gabriel and her are having a conversation. She says, when someone dies, it becomes a competition to be in charge of the history of that person. People want their memory to be the real one. It's ugly, but it's natural, she said. But history is the opposite of memory. Each time you remember, you rewrite. History only gets written a handful of times. The important thing is that you don't let other people affect your own memories. Those are the important things. And I really, that resonated with me. I think that is true. And it was just a great passage, great scene with Gabriel and his grandma. So yeah, the more this book goes on, I found it compellingly, compulsively readable. I wanted to know, even though I didn't like Gabriel, I didn't enjoy the kind of hallucinatory scenes going on, the surreal vibes. It was still interesting. I still kept flipping pages. Like I said, I read this in one sitting. I couldn't stop. I had to figure out, what was going on. And at some points I even wondered, am I too dumb for this book? Is that why I'm not getting it? But in the end, I'm happy to say it all came together in a very satisfying way. In spite of it being very dark and about grief and family and secrets, it also managed to be somewhat hopeful. And yeah, I personally loved how he wrapped things up in this. I thought it was very interesting. I don't know that it would be for everybody. This is definitely not a book that I would recommend across the board to all readers. But if you are someone who appreciates something speculative, strange, kind of like that weird surreal quality to it, unreliable, despicable character written really well, great background characters or secondary characters in here, yeah, you'd really enjoy this. It's weird, and in the end, I found it great. I gave it a 4-star rating, and after I stopped reading it, it stayed with me, and I kind of found myself liking it more, if that makes any sense at all. So yeah, I hope I've done it justice. If you're at all curious, pick it up from your library as I did, and yeah, I have to recommend it to somebody. I'm sure somebody out there would enjoy this as much as I did, so I had to talk about it. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you've made it all the way through, I really appreciate you being here, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.